Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Gary Holt from Exodus and formerly from Slayer, and you're listening to The Razor's Edge.
I am at Desertfest London, just outside the back art, on quite a nice Sunday afternoon, with Everest Queen. Nice to meet you guys.
Yeah, nice to meet you too, man.
Coming out.
Yeah, hello.
Do you like to come to Desertfest on the regular, or is it your first times?
Yeah, a few of us have been a few times.
Yeah, this is my first one, because normally I'm away somewhere else every year, but this is nice to be able to actually come to it and to play it is even better.
Of course.
Yeah, I came for the day years ago. I don't remember what year it was, but Pelican were playing at the Electric Ballroom, and it was just for the day. And it's a great vibe around here, man. Like, it's just a celebration of really cool music.
Yeah.
And have you been, Simon?
No, never been.
It's first time,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, because I'm the only repeat performer. Well, not performer, but repeat visitor. It's my third time.
So what was the first one you went to?
Oh God, I remember I Hate God playing the Electric Ballroom. I think High on Fire had that.
Oh yeah.
And,
that was years ago.
Yeah, and then I think
Yeah.
Napalm Death also played it as well, which was that was a bit of a coup at the time. Like, a grindcore band at Desertfest.
What is this madness? Yeah.
I just love the the fact that you wouldn't know it was Desertfest until you get to the venues.
Yeah.
And then suddenly it's like every single best gig you've ever been to
All
the
in
same
one.
day.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh man, we're all here for the same reason.
Of course. Yeah.
And it's nice seeing new faces as well, and people that you obviously met at other gigs as well.
Of course. Yeah.
It's always good.
No, I think I came for the day to see Sleep like 5 or 6 years ago, and I was like, man, this is amazing. And then I was here last year, and it was, I got to see the weekend, and it was great. But yeah, no, I love Desertfest. It's great. But we're here to talk about you, as well as the festival.
Cool.
But it's been about half a year since Murmurations came out. How's the campaign been from your point of view?
I think it's gone pretty well. I think with Murmurations is a bit of a weird record because like you got side A of it, it's very riffy and very intense from like a riff point of view. I don't know how else to put it. Whereas the second half of the album is very sort of like, we started experimenting with a lot of post-metal stuff.
Yeah.
So it is very different. And I think a lot of people who have listened to the record or picked up the record have kind of seen that. They're like, oh wow, you got like the sludge stuff you normally do on side A, but side B is very different. And I
It's
think
a record of two sides for me as well, I'd say.
And I guess that was the intention, wasn't it? Because I guess we're going more in the we're going down the road of like trying to sort of just experiment with different things rather, because what we didn't want to do was do Dead Eden, our first album, do a part 2 of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we're very, this is the first album Tom appeared on, and Tom sort of added a lot in terms of ambience and kind of opened our eyes to like different types of like music as well, and I think it really shows. And I think people have liked it. People were like, "Oh, that's a bit different," and I'm like, "Yeah, it is. That's what we wanted. That's what we wanted." So if that's the minimum viable product, it's just like people are like, "Oh, that's a bit different." Then yeah, we've done our job, really.
Yeah, I do like the layerings on the album personally, but to me it sounds like a band in a room. But in the last 18 months, we're hearing a lot of new releases from bands where it was all written in lockdown. Was it the same for you guys, or were you able to do it like you done the last one?
It was so I'd say maybe the first 10-15 minutes of the record was pre-lockdown, pre-COVID actually, but then everything else is pretty much locked down, and then when everything started opening up again.
Yeah, because we were going to do an EP, and then the reason we were going to do the EP is because we had gigs for 2020.
Yeah.
Obviously that didn't happen, so we're like, and then I wrote Of Treachery and Shadows, the second song, and then we kind of compiled all of like the stuff we've been writing, and I think I messaged the guys and said, I think we have an album, and we're like, oh okay, cool. And orchestrating recording that album through, because it was not only during the COVID pandemic, but Jimmy had his wife had a second kid.
Right. Okay.
So we sort of juggled with that. So the actual recording of Murmurations took quite a long time. We started recording in September 2020.
Okay.
But we didn't track the bass until July 2021. And then we wanted to like bring it out on a label. So it was kind of like we worked on it for a very long time, looking back on it. Whereas Dead Eden felt a bit more fluid because we could see each other and we could meet up.
Yeah.
How was working with Surviving Sounds? They were the ones that did the Murmurations, wasn't it?
They did the vinyl release.
Oh, they did the vinyl, right?
Yeah,
okay.
and Trepanation. Dan from Mastiff's label.
Yeah.
He did the CD and the cassette, and we were really thrilled that they wanted to work with us. We were like,
Pleasure to work with them.
He's got a good roster, isn't
Very,
it?
very easy to work with.
amazing roster. Yeah. And we're in good company, and it's wicked.
Of course. I guess it must be the first live show since Murmurations has come out.
This is
Is it the album release show then?
This is technically the album release in a way, because so much has happened in between, and personal stuff as well, and a lot of that is on the album.
Right.
I think that's why we kind of wanted to do. So it sounds weird. The actual lockdown kind of helped us hone in on that, and I think it ended up. We ended up with an album that we didn't think we were going to have, because of all that.
Yeah, very true.
And it was almost like towards the end we were like, shit, like this is a bit emotionally heavy, but we've got to get it out.
Yeah, it was the album we needed to do. It was a very cathartic album. A lot had happened from like 2018 until the album came out. Really, it was just like, there's a lot going on for us personally, and I think you can definitely hear it in the record. Especially the Burial. Like Jimmy wrote the lyrics to that when he was going through something, and it's a very. I cried when I demoed the vocals to it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, this is really intense. But it was like we needed to do it for us. And and we were kind of like, if we'll release this album, and if people like it, great. If they don't, we don't care.
Of course.
Because this is the album we needed to do.
I hear that. What inspired remastering the first EP a few months ago, wasn't it? Now?
Yeah. So it's been 10 years since we formed the band.
Right. Okay.
And I just wanted to.
It was like a celebration of it, really.
It was kind of a celebration of it, and the original mastering of the EP. When I listened to it, it was very sharp.
Right.
A lot of cymbals, no offense. Right. A lot, and it just, and I felt like it needed just some treatment, and also like because a lot of people listen to Everest Queen now who previously haven't heard us before, and I was like, and when we made that EP, it was so much fun, and it was an album, but we scrapped like. Jimmy and I wrote. So Jimmy, our original bass player. So Jimmy and I formed the band, and we wrote an album, and we scrapped most of it because we were still trying to find our sound. And the end result was that EP, but a lot of people hadn't heard it, so we're like, let's remaster it and let's get it out to people who may revive it to people and get people to listen to it who may not have heard it.
I mean, I first came across you guys at Badgerfest about 18 months ago, so I would not have listened to it if you hadn't just put it out again, So,
That was a great gig, but
of course, there's a bit of an asterisk over that one now. Yeah. Well, what's next for you guys? You're looking at more shows, more new music?
Well, we are playing a new song today. It's not on anything. Yeah,
right.
not recorded, nothing, and it was very much like back when we first started the band in terms of writing. We actually going to the studio. We were rehearsing for Desertfest, and this was a few months back, and we just started jamming, and we were like, let's play this. This is sounding too good, and I think we all kind of felt it immediately. This is flowing too well.
100%. The best songs we write are like where we can just go into a room and hammer something out in 2 hours. Like they're our best songs. Like, and
I get that.
And we've had that before where we've written songs, and like we've tried to work with it and tweak it and.
We end up scrapping it almost.
Yeah, we usually scrap it because we're like, look, if it hasn't come together at this stage, then it's probably no good, and let's get rid of it. I dread to think how many songs we've just kind of scrapped and never looked at again. Do you remember Transport's Children?
Yes, fucking hell.
This was a demo of a song from like, oh my god, like years ago when we were making the first EP, and we jammed it a lot. And then I think one day, like Jimmy, our original bass player, he was like, "Yeah, let's jam it." And I was just like, "No, it sucks." And then because it was kind of a Deftonesy sort of song, wasn't it?
Okay.
And
sort of sound,
yeah, and there was going to be clean singing in it, and which was terrible because I'm not very good at clean singing.
Whereas this one, like a few months ago, we were literally just, it was almost like we were like tuning and like just mucking around, and suddenly I can't remember whether it was you or Tom just started playing something, and then we all just came in. Simon came in. We were like,
yeah, I think it was
right,
like
that was a bit good. Let's try that again.
it was like we could continue rehearsing for Desertfest, or we could just continue writing this song. It being quite fun.
You've got to let it flow sometimes, man.
Yeah, because when you have that moment, you can't let go of it. Because like moments like that are very rare. Like sometimes we go in and we're like, let's just rehearse the set. But like when some riffs come in, like Sunken Form was exactly the same thing. I think it was the first song we wrote with Tom.
Yeah.
And this new song we're playing is the first one we've written with Simon.
Right. Okay.
Who joined the band back in last year.
Yeah. I forget exactly when, but yeah.
Yeah, I think
last year. Yeah.
Yeah, your first show was with us in I think July.
Yeah.
Last July in Southampton.
Oh, that was with Schematics as well.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
But we've but yeah, in terms of how we're pushing Murmurations at the moment, we got another gig in Bradford next week, Revolution.
Ruination.
Ruination.
Are you on the Saturday?
Yes, we are. Yeah.
We'll see you there.
Excellent. Yeah, I think we're on at like
similar sort of time.
I think it's like 5 o'clock.
Awesome.
Al's Juke Bar, I think.
Yeah, it's a good little venue. Al's Juke Bar is actually.
Yeah, we played. We're good friends with the Son of All guys.
Yeah.
Iron Ball and Son of Ball, they really, really, like their hearts are like proper in it.
I agree.
Which is like the amount of promoters that obviously we've worked with is great, but these guys stand out.
We're in Camden. There is a whole host of foods to choose from in the market. What are you guys? What's Everest Queen going to have for dinner?
We've already had some like chicken.
We're in Camden. It's bang bang chicken.
Yeah.
You can't not. It's where they offer the free samples.
Yeah.
And I walk around and time the hair up. Pretend I'm someone else.
It's such a good tactic. Take the cap off.
Yeah. I'll be eating later because like. Doing vocals and stuff. I can't eat before I sing. It sounds terrible. I've tried it so many times. I'm like, no, I can't do it. So
it'll just up the chunks off.
Yeah. The amount of vomit.
Yeah. Yeah. It goes proper GG Allen, doesn't it? Like, everyone's like, oh my god, is he going to start throwing his shit in a second? So I will if you pay. Yeah, man.
Wow. Eye-opening. Well, guys, thank you so much for coming for a chat. I hope the set goes well later.
Yeah,
I would say catch Everest Queen later on, but by the time this airs, you will have already played. So it feels a bit pointless me saying that. But this has been Everest Queen at Desertfest.
Thanks for listening. Make sure you keep up to date with future episodes by subscribing to our channels. For more information on this podcast, or for all the latest music news, reviews, interviews and more, head over to our website www.therazorsedge.rocks.